The shooting at the White House Correspondent dinner was a very unbelievable and unexpected one. But there is something President Donald Trump said. What did he say? He says something that most people don't expect. And he says that he is not worried about the shooting at the White House Correspondent dinner. Remember, Donald Trump was with important personnel during this dinner, and none of them expected this. And this young man from California came in and started firing a gunshot. Everyone was on the run. And after the incidents, Donald Trump says he is not worried about the shooting. Just take time to watch this video. When we come back, we'll discuss.
The US President Donald Trump says he wasn't worried by the shooting at the White House Correspondents' dinner in Washington, D.C. last night. That appears to have been an attempt on his life and the lives of his cabinet secretaries. Let's go to the White House now and our correspondent there, Jonathan Kersley. The President says he was asking the Secret Service to keep him back so he could see what was unfolding.
This was extraordinary detail from President Trump speaking with CBS's 60 Minutes here in the United States of America. The interview broadcast not long ago, and what it revealed was an insight into the president's mindset as he was essentially ushered away from the stage. And the second that the Secret Service were trying to whisk him away, that he wanted to stay to see what was going on. He revealed his wife, the First Lady Melania Trump, was scared. She obviously wasn't in Butler, Pennsylvania in 2024 when the bullet grazed the ear of the then presidential candidate. We have seen the video of the president seated alongside the First Lady, the mentalist Oz standing between them on the stage before those shots rang out. President Trump said that the mentalist was essentially trying to guess the baby's name of President Trump's White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. All of this coming on the day that we also learnt more detail about the suspected reasons behind the suspected gunman's attack at the Hilton Hotel last night. 31-year-old Cole Allen from Torrance in Los Angeles in California was detained metres away outside the ballroom, up a flight of stairs, having stormed through there, stormed through the security gates, armed with a shotgun, a handgun and knives. You could see in CCTV vision law enforcement officials opening fire. There was a Secret Service agent who was injured, and eventually Cole Allen was brought down. Well, today we have heard that he sent a 1,000-word manifesto to family members. They received it, notified law enforcement, but by that time it had been past about 8:35 when the shooting had taken place inside the Hilton Hotel. This manifesto reportedly listed targets. It spoke about anti-Christian values, according to President Trump, and anti-Trump messaging, according to law enforcement officials. I want to read you a little bit of it because while the manifesto reportedly written by Cole Allen specifies targets and insists that people inside the room, the guests, the staff, and the 3,000 or so, 2,500 people inside the room weren't targets, well, then they could well be in the way. This is what he had to say. He said, "I would still go through almost everyone here to get to the targets if it were absolutely necessary, on the basis that most people chose to attend a speech by a paedophile, rapist, and traitor, and are thus complicit. But I really hope it doesn't come to that." It didn't, because Cole Allen was stopped. But this is the president responding to that on CBS's 60 Minutes. Cole Allen has been charged with 2 offences so far. That could be more by the time he appears before court in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. There may well be questions about security inside the hotel precinct where this shooting took place. Cole Allen had checked in the day before. There'll be questions around how he was able to get those firearms in, why there weren't extra security measures in place at that hotel on the day prior to the president's address, what was intended to be a major address. The president also reflected in this CBS 60 Minutes interview on the moments after the shooting. Here's how he recalls it.
What was your...
Wow, Jono, he's very relaxed, isn't he? I mean, even after the second assassination attempt, he said that essentially he thought he was being protected by a higher power. He was there by the grace of God, essentially. Yeah, he's very relaxed. I think Melania a little less so, but you could certainly see her face in the room at the Hilton from that footage when the gunshots rang out. You were there too. What was it like? How loud were those gunshots? Were they pretty obvious what it was straight away?
As soon as I heard the sounds, I knew where they were. It's an unmistakable sound. Some people afterwards said it was crashing plates. No, that came afterwards. What we heard distinctly was a number of shots. I was seated at a table towards the back of the room to the left of President Trump, who was up on the head table. I was probably 150 metres or so from him, maybe 30 metres from the central doors. I stood up to look where it was coming from, saw the Secret Service barge straight in, and caught the eyes of one of them who was looking around at all of us saying, "Get down, get down, get down." And they were making their way to their various protectees that they had to get to. We saw one person stand in front of President Trump as almost like a human shield, one of the Secret Service agents inside the room, and then armed police stormed the stage as President Trump was whisked away. It was a matter of seconds he was left on that stage before he was eventually moved off. Look, it was a picture of chaos and confusion inside. It was a room that had been full of chatter just seconds earlier. When the Secret Service came in, it went deathly quiet. People started to panic in some parts. There were people under tables nearby us. There were people in tears. There was one woman who was having an asthmatic episode, so we got her some water and tried to get her tie undone. She was one of the waitresses there, and then once things calmed down, get her to a space where there was a little bit more air. And then we were all kept inside that room for another hour or so. Clearly, the Secret Service was trying to make the area safe. I actually went outside to the sort of lobby area just outside the ballroom itself, and standing there we saw Pete Hegseth being whisked away by Secret Service officials, Mark Wayne Mullen being moved very quickly too. We asked him, he's the Homeland Security Secretary, how's the president doing? He stopped and he said he's okay, and then he was taken away upstairs. There were many corners of the building cordoned off at that time. Secret Service agents guarding the lifts upstairs to where the gunman had been, and then obviously that entire hotel was scoured for any possible sign that there might have been any other threat. But Laura, I think what this really brought home was the level of discourse, the level of political violence and the level of gun violence. We hear about it, we talk about it, we report on it. To see it in person, look, this story is obviously not about me in the slightest, but to see it in person, it gives you a different perspective. I was in Butler, Pennsylvania in the hours after that shooting in 2024 and remember thinking then how a shooting like that could have happened and how the conversation nationally could have led to a moment like that being carried out. And once again, the same questions were being asked last night as we stood inside the ballroom of the Hilton Hotel, and you really have to wonder what is going to change in order to change it here. The president was asked himself last night, why does this keep happening to him? So it's clearly on the minds of many people here. I imagine you'll see very much a bolstered security presence. When the King's visit starts tomorrow, that will obviously be to protect the King, but it will be to protect the president too.
Yeah. Bolstered security and an emboldened president, no doubt. John O'Kersley, as always, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
I hope you know that after the shooting, investigation is still going on. One, they want to know if there is someone who is sponsoring this young man or a person who sent this young man to shoot during this dinner. And what Donald Trump said is unexpected. How can you say as a president of the US that you are not worried about the shooting? Is this a fallacy, or does it mean that Donald Trump don't care about the shooting because he may be the target or someone in that dinner? What do you think? Drop your opinion in the comment section. But I really appreciate your time for watching my video. For more news and updates like this, do not forget to subscribe on this channel. It is very important. Hit the like button and turn on the bell. Anytime I publish the next video, YouTube will get you notified. I really appreciate your time for watching my video. God bless you.